Hey everybody, it's TF now. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the Marvel Legends series, part of the Marvel's Korg Build-A-Figure series. Thor, Love and Thunder, Ravager Thor. These figures were announced, they were announced earlier this month actually. I made a video on them. And then, towards the end of the month here, we got them. A lot of retailers were getting them ready to ship, including Amazon, which is where I got this guy here. This is one I wanted most out of all of these figures, so I ordered him first. I also tried to get Jane Foster Thor to come in soon. Sadly, I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer for her. But that movie looks good, man. I'm excited for it, and these figures look pretty great. So let's go ahead and jump into the packaging. Top half here, just say Legends series. Towards the top left, it says Build-A-Figure Marvel's Korg. Towards the top right, it just has ages 4 and up for that. You see the figure in the box, nice lightning in the backdrop there too. Bottom half here, you see the rest of the figure as well as Marvel Studios Thor, Love and Thunder, Ravager Thor, as well as the Hasbro logo. On this side, very cool artwork of Chris Hemsworth as Thor, this is going to be reflected on the other side of the packaging. On the top here, it's just a really nice hammer logo of Mjolnir being repaired right there. On the back here, just a wide shot of the back of the packaging. Top half, Legends series, Ravager Thor. Read up if you want to pause and read any of that right now. You have a different image of Thor right there, looking pretty cool though. Bottom half, Build-A-Figure Marvel's Korg. You have the Build-A-Figure on the left as well as the rest of the series right there. And you have some multilingual warnings towards the bottom of the packaging. On the very bottom here, you have a barcode in case you need it. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. Here is Ravager Thor out of the packaging. I think this figure is really nice. I like it a lot. Is it worth the $25 that they're charging now for Marvel Legends? We're going to find out during this review, aren't we? Let's take a look at the Build-A-Figure piece and the accessory that he comes with, then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So here is the left arm of Korg that this figure comes with. I think this Build-A-Figure is going to be pretty nice. I mean, I have the previous Korg, so it's not the biggest necessity to build this. Some of the figures in the wave, I don't know if I'm going to get as well. I mean, a lot of those figures do look good, but some of them I just don't know if I want. Comparison real quick, I believe it's retooled or mostly new actually when it comes to previous Korg. I'll have to take this arm brace off real quick just so I can show you. First of all, pinless tech is the most obvious thing you're going to notice. The joint on the hand here, you can see the space there for the disc going up and down is smaller than this one. When you build bend the elbow here, there's a piece sticking out there. You don't get that with this one here. So I wouldn't put it past them if they retooled stuff, but I do believe it's a mostly new sculpt. If not, they just kind of redid a couple minor things. But overall, looking pretty nice. Again, I have the previous Korg, so I don't know if I'm going to get completely build this one yet. I can confirm that this is a new sculpt for Stormbreaker, and that's because I have the previous one. As you can see, a little bit more, this is a lot more straight than the new one is. You see just the end alone, you can definitely tell the difference in the sculpt. However, the blade and hammer part here, actually, I don't really know what the correct term of that is, but this whole, silver part is actually wider and it slightly more upscaled on the previous one than it is the new one. I don't know if I like this new sculpt. I think they should have just reused the sculpt. It probably is accurate to how it looks in the movie though. Maybe that could look different, but oh well. I don't hate it. So we have a little bit of some open space right there. The brown on here is just painted in this wood brown color. There's not much else going on. Actually, I think it's molded in this color. I can't tell what's molded and painted. But, some parts of the lighter silver and the darker silver aren't great. The darker silver, though, looks pretty good. So I dig that. The overall sculpting of this is pretty nice. You can see all the sculpting going on with all the wood and whatnot towards the top there. So, overall, again, I thought this one was just a little bit better. But there's probably a reason why they had to redo the sculpt. Now the question is, does this figure look anything like Chris Hemsworth? And I think so, yes. This might be their best likeness to Chris Hemsworth to date. Now I am excluding some of the MCU ones that I don't have, like from the 10th anniversary line. But I do have the Infinity War version that came out in 2018. That was a pretty good likeness too, especially the short hair version. But I do think the one on the right is a little bit better. And I think they introduced face printing tech in 2017 in the Marvel Legends line with the Ragnarok figure here. And again, pretty good there, but I still think that it's gotten better and better over time, with this one being one of the best ones we've gotten with Chris Hemsworth Thor. This is a very nice looking figure, man. With the hair, you see a dark wash going into the long blonde strands of hair in there, looking good. A little bit of some ponytail action going on there. We do have a braid on the side here, looking good. The facial hair, in person, it doesn't look. I feel like it looks worse on camera. Maybe it's the light. In person, it's pretty decent. It's mostly just painted in. There's a little bit of sculpting going on there. It still looks good enough when it comes to facial hair, and you can see the blue eyes coming through. Really nice, actually, on the figure. The rest of the skin tone's pretty consistent as well. We do have pinless tech on the whole figure here, too. So they're really going all out, especially with the MCU stuff when it comes to pinless tech. Lots of nice muscles. So I'm going to start with the arms first. I'll get to that jacket in a second. The arms here, I don't know if will be proportionate if you want to do kit bashing, but if you buy this figure for custom purposes, you can use these arms, most likely. So that's nice. These hands might be reused from the Infinity War version. I would not put it past them if they did. I'm fine with reuse of hands. And we don't get hands like these exactly often. They look similar to gripping hands we've gotten before in Marvel Legends, but they're definitely not the exact same with like comic figures and whatnot. So let's go back and talk about this. This is very nice. We have a nice red and black jacket, mostly molded in red, but there's some really nice silver studs on the back here. I didn't realize, so that's cool. It's not the greatest when it comes to consistency. There, you can definitely see some of the red piercing through, but it's not super easy to tell when you look at it far away. And even when you look at it close, you can't really tell too much. You gotta look at it really, really close. There's some nice leather and stretched out details. Not really stretched out, but wrinkled details towards the shoulders as well. We have some nice wrinkles throughout the whole jacket with some nice line patterns going on. Black on the pockets, which actually have some gold or bronze buckles and buttons painted on there. Some nice zippers and whatnot. I dig the red's coming through the black of the collar a little too much. That's unfortunate. I will... Actually, you know what? I might have to do this off camera real quick. And my battery died. Sorry. The front here, I like the pattern that we got going on. There's actually some blue shading in the center of the shirt to kind of bring out certain details and whatnot. The whole printing on the front here looks really good. Nice muscles there also. And wrinkles, too, sculpted in there. You have some wrinkles on the side with this tank top here. On the back here, it's just plain and white. We do have some, it's a little hard to see on camera, but white lines. I mean, it's all painted in white. So lines sculpted in here to make it look like an actual tank top. So that's pretty nice. You can see even some more consistencies in the skin tone going on there. Is it easy enough to pop on so I can do it on camera? Yes. I say that now and then I just slip through the arm. Yeah, it's a pretty soft plastic when it comes to this jacket, so it's not going to be that difficult to maneuver around. Getting it around the shoulders, he's got such big shoulders, it might be a little bit of a pain to do. I don't know why I'm having such trouble doing it right now. There we go. So let's talk about the rest. We have some nice blue in the jeans, not really jeans, but they look like jeans. They're molded in this color. Nice buckle with some brown paint around on the belt, some gold or bronze, it's mostly gold, painted right dab in the center there. I forgot to talk about the colors in the in the shirt, but you can see that. Nice reds and blacks and whatnot. Pinless tech in the legs too, and you do see we have these boots that are very reminiscent of the classic wraps that go around his boots. So you have some lines going all the way up throughout his legs with some wrinkles too. So yeah, these more of like space jeans, I guess, because they definitely look like jeans, but I don't think they are actually jeans from Earth. The way that it is designed, there's have some, stuff sticking out of it. But the boots, the actual like, foot of the boots, looking pretty good. Not much detail on the top there. Just giving you a quick look at that. The bottom has some okay treading on the side, as you can see. So there's the back of the wraps with the legs. I have to get in really close because I have yet to do any kind of focusing. You can see the pockets in the back on the camera. So I need to back out, refocus for you guys because it's a little distracting. This thing is really nice. And the 360 here, let's put the arms all the way down. The 360 looking, makes this thing look really good, man. I take this figure a lot. There's not much else for me to say, so let's go ahead and move into articulation. The head could go up a little better, but yeah, the hair gets in the way. Down also feels like these parts get in the way of his hair, so the head articulation isn't the greatest. It's on the dumbbell system, so it can go side to side. It also swivels. There's no actual hinge, I believe. Arms go all the way around. They go in and out. The outward goes really nice. The upper arm swivel is also pretty nice. Double jointed elbows. We also have a bend at the wrist and a swivel at the wrist for the other side as well. Ab crunch makes it go forward that much. Backwards, you can see that they do kind of stop the printing on there, but they can continue it to make it look pretty consistent. So that's good. Like that. We do also have a waist twist here. Legs go outward that much. Not really back that much, but we do get nice splits. Upper thigh swivel. We get double jointed knees here. I wish we had a bit of a boot rotation, but that's fine. Can go down and up at the foot, and we do have ankle rockers. So for size comparisons, here's Thor next to the previous MCU Thors that I showed off. Left one being from Ragnarok, right one being from Infinity War. You can see they're all pretty much in scale with each other. I think the one in the middle might be the shortest actually compared to the other two. I think the tallest is going to be the Infinity War version, but they're pretty close in scale where you're not going to notice too much. Very far right, you can see a standard Black Series size for that figure right there is going to be much shorter than a taller character like Thor, and it's even going to be taller than a standard size Marvel Legends like Symbiote Spider-Man. Overall, I really dig this figure. I think they did a really great job overall, especially with the likeness to Chris Hemsworth. I think it's the best one to date for the Marvel Legends line. The only complaint I have is that I think Stormbreaker is a little flimsy, and I don't really like the new sculpt that much. It could be accurate, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. It's really not that big of a deal. That's really my only complaint is Stormbreaker. It's still a decent accessory. The rest of the figure is really nice. One thing I didn't mention is that the scar on his right eye is very faint when it comes to the paint that they use on there. So I couldn't tell until actually doing these photos that it's on here. So they did attempt to paint a scar on him. The rest of the figure with the details and sculpting and articulation is really good. There's some areas that could have some better paint, mostly the jeans and some parts of the jacket, but the rest of it, like the t-shirt and the hair, all of that's really nice. And the pinless tech is really cool on this figure too. It's a little over 20 bucks. In fact, I think it's 23 to 25 bucks now for this one here. So that's unfortunate. And prices, I don't know how much more they're going to go up because of a lot of issues with Hasbro lately. So that, just keep that in mind. Eventually, hopefully this will drop in price. And yeah, I'll leave some links down in the description below, or if you want to bookmark some of these links to where eventually there may be a sale for some of these figures. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below just what the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.